Hey guys, what's up? Kevin here, bringing you a brand new video on this fine evening. Today I'm going to go over some various music with you today. Not specifically just um, like songs in general, but I want to talk about albums that I think are great. Now, a lot of people in the world today, I think, are like all like stuck on the idea that like, oh well, I only need to listen to like some of that artist's like good songs like on Spotify or whatever. I just don't like that. Like I like owning an album from an artist and like appreciating like everything an artist can provide on that album. And when they're able to do that, it's so great because it's I enjoy the idea of appreciating like a variety of work that an artist can do and not just like a couple like hit songs that they have. Like I don't want to be one of those people who just like always listens to their music on shuffle and like with like just random hits from like different artists. Like I like to appreciate individual artists on their own for what they do. And in order to do that, I feel like you have to really appreciate the work they put out for like an album because an album really certifies that this is what I'm doing, this is the type of music I'm putting out, and whether or not it's good or not certifies, in my opinion, like how good the artist is at that time. Because an artist can have a great single, but that can only go so far, and that's part of the reason why I hate one hit wonders so much because like they can be great songs, but like wow, like what else did you do? Like and me like from my standpoint, like if I was classified as a one hit wonder, I think that would kind of suck. Just because like I don't want to be only known for one song. I want to be known for some work that I put out. That's my thing. But that's my rant for that. But um, so these CDs are all CDs that I think are really great albums because of all the songs they have on them. Now they're all studio albums specifically. I'm not counting compilation albums because compilation albums are purely just to get together a bunch of greatest hits from an artist to like show them off. It's just like a reason just to showcase like all of an artist's like greatest hits. It no, I mean like it's hard to for me to really criticize it because I do have a lot of greatest hits albums that I enjoy from like artists that I just don't feel like buying their full studio albums for. But like there's just a lot of like greatest hits album where it's just like, well, I mean, this isn't really the artist's work. This is just a compilation put together by somebody to make you appreciate like their best work. So I don't have as much respect for greatest hits albums, but I do enjoy them on occasion. But we're gonna go through 20 my top 20 albums that I own. I was gonna try to make it a top 10, but that's just not something I can do. But I'm gonna try to quickly go through these. So first we have "The End" by the Black Eyed Peas. Now, this is a good album in a lot of ways because through and through, it's almost like an entire party album. As weird as that sounds, because every song on it could be played at a party, in my opinion. It's just such a vibe. It's a very good vibe album. Like it has "I'ma Be," "Rock That Body," "Party All the Time." Of course, "I Got a Feeling," "Boom Boom Pow," um, "Generation Now." Like yeah, a lot of good songs. Just to name a few. But it's just a good overall vibe album for that sort of mood, and through, it's great in that sense, and that's what I think makes an album great. Next we have Tragic Kingdom by No Doubt. So this album is unique in the fact that I'm not a big ska fan. I don't really like Sublime that much, but I do like No Doubt a lot. And I don't know, like No Doubt in particular is just a band that I've kind of grown fond of, especially with this album Tragic Kingdom, because they do have two other albums, uh, Rocksteady, which is decent for a lot of it, not all of it, I would say. Some of it does kind of lack a little bit, in my opinion, and Return of Saturn, which kind of lacks for a lot of it. But this album, I feel like through and through, this album is it it really flows well. That's all I can say. For a lot of these albums, it's all about like how each song flows together and how each song feels so like cohesive to one another, and their most well known song, "Don't Speak," is on this album, but it's track number 10. But oh, you're gonna be like, oh god, I have to wait like 9 tracks before I finally get to that song. But like the tracks before that are like so great leading up to that, and it all feels so like connected to that song. Like it all feels like it just complements so well together. Um, each song that comes before that, and then they have like spiderwebs at the beginning, and yeah, it's just got a whole cool theme to it that I really do enjoy. So yeah. Next one is Shinedown. Now, The Sound of Madness. Now, I do have to say, I'm not, these albums that I'm starting with, I'm not trying to place these, like, say these are not good albums by any means whatsoever. These are all great albums because this is still number 18, but, like, it's still a great album. But it's really hard to rank all these, but this is still a great album, just to say. But The Sound of Madness, every song on it is really enjoyable. There's definitely some standout tracks that are like, not singles, like Crow and the Butterfly, Sin with a Grin, Cyanide, Sweet Tooth Suicide. Obviously, you have Second Chance, um, Devour. I forget what the other one was. God damn it. All it's whatever, but they're all really good songs. I feel bad I can't think of that other song, but Second Chance is amazing. But yeah, great album, great album. Next we have Def Leppard, Hysteria. Now I do have to say, uh, there's another album that they have called Pyromania that has songs like Photograph on it and Rock of Ages, but like this one has all of the best songs on it in my opinion, and even the songs that aren't as well known I think are also great. But this song has a lot of well known songs on it. With that being said, but also like some great ones. So like you have Animal, Rocket, Love Bites, Pour Some Sugar on Me, Armageddon, Hysteria, of course, and like I love Woman, Rocket, Run Riot, Excitable. Like they're all just great songs all the way through. It's definitely a very like hype album. Like if you feel like that high energy, like it's a very high energy album. like like if you're in the mood for like getting hyped up, like it's a great album for that. So I will say that. Next we have my favorite album from Metallica, the Black Album. Um, in my opinion, this is Metallica's last good album. I'm one of the firm believers of Metallica wasn't good after the Black Album because they've changed their sound a lot over the years after the Black Album. And the Black Album, I don't know how they did it compared to what came after that, but the Black Album was amazing through and through. You have Enter Sandman, Sad But True, Holier Than Thou, The Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam, Don't Tread on Me, Through the Never, Nothing Else Matters. I know all of these songs. Like I know how all of these songs go, and that's amazing. And like I recognize all of them. They're all jams to me. like this album, like it might as well be a greatest hits album because this is Metallica at its very best by far. Like if you're looking for good Metallica, you go to this album. Like you cannot go wrong. Every song on here is amazing. So yeah, and that's just number 17, I think. Um, or I don't even know. I'm not counting. But next we have Meatloaf, Bad Out of Hell. You know, I'd probably place this behind Metallica. I think Metallica is better than this one, so I do my mistake for that. But Bad Out of Hell, nonetheless, still a great album. Um, it it's Meatloaf at his absolute finest, with Paradise by the Dashboard Light, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, Heaven Can Wait. You took the words right out of my mouth. Bad Out of Hell is like a crazy and emotional journey. That's the first track. Like I know all these songs, and there's only 7 of them, but like they're all like so memorable, and the whole album just has its own like special theme to it that I really love. Next, you have Science and Faith by The Script. The Script is, I feel like they're not that well known, which I don't like. I wish they were more well known. I feel like they're not that well known. I guess they kind of are. Like they have a newer song out now called Superhero, which isn't that new. It's like a couple years old, but like I think they've released a new album recently, but it wasn't that good. But like, so they haven't always been good, which sucks. But like, this album, I would say, was them at their peak. So like, You Won't Feel a Thing is a great opening track, and then probably their most well-known song is For the First Time, which is really good. And then the rest of the album kind of keeps up with that same sort of like mellow mood. Like if you're just like, I don't know, this is like a really good album if you're just like feeling down, and it kind of like lifts your spirits up. I feel like every song on this is just like, it feels so uplifting, this whole entire album, I would say. So yeah. Next you have a Madonna album. Madonna. Confessions on a Dance Floor. This album is from 2005. Now, Madonna, a lot of people know her as that 80s artist who, was known for good music in the 80s, which she was. She was known for good music in the 80s. But she also put out some great music in the 2000s, as well as even the 90s. And this album is from 2005, and Madonna really redeemed herself here because before this album, she came out with an album called American Life, which and it is an okay album for me because I, like Madonna pretty much no matter what, and like this album definitely was the worst album, but I could still enjoy it. But when this came out after that, like this was huge redemption for American Life because it put her back on the map in my opinion with songs like Hung Up, Jump, um, Isaac, Push, Incredible, lots of good songs, just all the way through. I feel like, I don't know. This album doesn't really have a certain like mood to it, but like I'm not saying all albums have to have moods to them. Like it's good just to have like a set of songs, but I feel like if you're gonna make an album, like I guess it kind of has to have a theme. I feel like, but not. I guess not necessarily. Just like it's just like a set of good songs. But like this album doesn't necessarily have a theme to it. I feel like, but it is a really good album nonetheless. Um, it's definitely up there as far as like what my favorite Madonna albums are, so that's why I chose it. Um, Next, you have, in my opinion, the definite album for this particular group, the Cranberries. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? This is definitely their signature album, in my opinion. It was their first album. Um, every song is so like emotional and like like very somber and kind of almost like sad, but like very like I don't know, just very good. So you have like Dreams, Linger, of course. Those are like the two bigger songs for them. But like I Will Always is really good. Not Sorry is amazing. I love Sunday and I Still Do. Like they're all like this is just one of those albums. Like all the songs like have that same sound to them, but they all sound so great together. It's just one of those albums. So yeah. Next we have Genesis, Invisible Touch. I debated on whether or not I would choose anything by Phil Collins, to be honest. Um, I think as an album, this album does work really well because it has so many good songs on it. It has Domino on it, which complements the album really well as a cool long epic for it. And then it ends with a cool instrumental as well. And it has a long version of the song Tonight, Tonight, Tonight. And then it also has, of course, Invisible Touch, Land of Confusion, and Too Deep, and Throwing It All Away, which they're all great songs by them that really just flow so well together, in my opinion, is for a great album. So there you go. Next we have an album that's pretty signature for the band, and definitely I would say better than the previous ones. What's the Story, Morning Glory for Oasis. Every song on this it feels like every song on this album I would classify as like a hit basically. Like it's like every song feels like a hit of theirs. And like every song feels like an emotional ride. I guess is my best way to put it. Every song feels like a new adventure, I guess. Like Wonderwall, Don't Look Back in Anger, Roll With It, Some Might Say, Champagne Supernova. Like there's no single bad song on this album at all. Not even close. So like it's just like a really good album. I mean, it's not exactly my style of music, but it's it is an album I really love, but like it's just not exactly my like genre of music that I enjoy the most, but like it is really really good. So like that's why it's I think it's within my top 10. So there you go, Oasis. Next we have an album that's pretty much the another album that's like the signature album for an artist, in my opinion. Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. This one is definitely one that's got some great ones through and through, that really put Alanis Morissette on the map. And it has like You Oughta Know, One Hand in My Pocket, You Learn, Head Over Feet, and Ironic, but like all the other ones as well, also really good. Like I don't know, like I think for an album to be really good like this, like every other song is also great with it, and like it just works really well. So yeah. Next we have an interesting one from a progressive band. I wouldn't call myself a big prog fan, at all, at all. I don't like any of like the underground sleeper prog bands or any of the prog bands that like people don't talk about a whole lot. Like the closest thing to like a lesser known prog band I know is like Dream Theater, and I like their one album Images and Words. But like this album actually though, like I was never really that huge into prog rock, but for some reason like this album, every song on it just resonates with me so well. Like has like the whole album has like this really good theme to it that I just absolutely love. And I love my favorite songs on it are definitely Leave It, Changes, and of course Owner of a Lonely Heart. And I just have to say, like, if you like the song Owner of a Lonely Heart, like you will like this album. 90125. That's the name of the album. Is 90125. Like you will like it, in my opinion. So that's that. All right. And then we have a Rush album, Grace Under Pressure. Now I own, I want to say like 16 of Rush's 20 studio albums. I want to say. I think that's about right. Yeah. Yeah, I actually do own Roll the Bones, but I don't have it in my CD case yet. But like I own a lot of their albums, and when I was like making this like list of albums, like I really wanted to choose albums that I thought worked really well as an album, and not just like had like a couple of good songs on it. Because like an album like Rush's Signals, I mean, had like subdivisions on it, and like definitely had good songs on it, but like as an album, didn't didn't quite work that good. Um, and like certain other albums just weren't that good, but this one is really good. Just with it has a really dark theme to it overall, and there's definitely um, each song like has a different meaning to it, where like that has like a dark theme. So like Distant Early Warning is about like I think like a nuclear um, like apocalypse, and then like After Image is about like the death of like a family member, like a really close family member of I think Neil's when he wrote it, and then like Red Sector A is like the Holocaust, like Geddy Lee's parents, Geddy Lee, the singer of Rush, his parents were like put through that, and then like Between the Wheels is about um, like groping with getting old, or I think, or like it has to do with um, like how time passes you by really fast or something like that. Like it's just an overall dark album, but it has like such a great like theme to it overall, that I think really just works so well together. So yeah. So next we have a Lorde album. I love this album so goddamn much, and I would highly recommend it if you like any of Lorde's songs. I love this album. It's called Melodrama. It's it's an album that I've been obsessed with. I've listened to this album at least 5 times. I want to say, um, since I've had it for the past like year, and that's like saying a lot considering like I have over like 240 CDs now. So like I'm choosing to listen to this over and over again because it's just so good. It's so good. Like it's just I just love the theme of it. Like it has like such beautiful songs, like, and they're so well crafted, and well written. Like I love Greenlight, Lover, Liability, Perfect Places. Like they're all amazing songs. Like this is one of these albums I just can't get enough of it. And like honestly, Logic, you're great, but like I actually I want to put I want to put Melodrama ahead of everybody, but everybody, I can't discredit it. It is up there as far as like my top albums go. Everybody from Logic is indeed a great album as well. Um, it's got a really good theme to it with like peace, love, and positivity, and like it's basically like saying like, hey, we're all people, we all deal with stuff, we've all been through a lot, and like some of us have been through worse than others, but we're all human beings here, and we all like feel what other people feel is basically like the whole cool theme of it. And there's like in between parts with Neil deGrasse Tyson talking to this guy and basically teaching him that hey, I mean, like the theme of it was like obviously this isn't true, but like this one guy, he was like, well, you're basically living the life of everyone on earth, so like you're everyone. And then like at the end of it, it's like you want to treat others how you would want to be treated. So it's like, don't focus on the negative, and like that's like the whole album, and like everything about it is just like it all comes together so well with each song, and with that overall theme, and that's just awesome. Um, that's a really tough debate because melodrama is good in its own right, but this does have a really good theme to it. So I don't know. I might actually rank it above. That's a tough call, but yeah. Anyways, next we have "Like a Virgin" from Madonna. I chose this one because I think it is the best album for Madonna. I love Lucky Star and Holiday on the first album, but as an album, that album in particular is really really good. But is it her best album? I would say no. I would say Like a Virgin as an album is better. Just because I feel like it has more better, just better songs on it, more better song consistency. I feel like the songs are more like mature, I guess, and just I feel like they're more well composed. Like signals, your popular singles will only get you so far. So like, I feel like the other songs on this, like Over and Over, Stay, Pretender, are all great. So like, I feel like overall as an album, like this is the best Madonna album. Along with like songs like a Virgin, Material Girl, and Dress You Up. Like it just all goes so well together. Next you have one that I think definitely deserved this spot. Counterparts by Rush. Um, this is, in my opinion, I think it's the best album put out by Rush. It doesn't have like the favorite songs of mine on it from Rush, but like as an album, like it every song works so well together. Like Stick It Out, Animate, like they Leave That Thing Alone, like Hold Your Fire, Cold Fire, Double Agent, like they all work so well together. I don't know, like this is just a great album, and like Everyday Glory is a great song to close it out, and like I don't know, like every song on this album is like really really fun to listen to. Like it just ebbs and flows perfectly. That's all I have to say about that. Um, okay, so now we're down to our final two. So for our second to last one, we have Lady Gaga's Joanne. I was listening to this album today, and I thought to myself, man, I've grown to appreciate this album a lot because at first I wasn't sure what to think, but like as a whole, like it all works so well together. It has like slight bits of like country influence, not really that much, but it does have, I guess, a tiny bit. It's not like actually like country music, but it's like country themes, I guess. I mean, it's definitely a lot more like slow and like emotional compared to like her previous albums, of course. Um, but it just works so well with like an emotional song like Joanne, and then you have like really good heart touchers like Million Reasons. Perfect Illusion is a good exciting song. Come to Mama, like they're all great. They're all so great. Um, like I feel like an album can feel a little out of place if certain songs with it feel like, well, I don't know if that really belongs in this album, like but when you listen to this album, I feel like every song in that album really belongs in that album, so that's why I would put it there. Okay, and then last but not least, we have uh, Paramore. After Laughter is, that's what I would classify is my favorite album to own. It's weird because there is a song on this album that I'm not a huge fan of. It's called No Friend. But I don't know. Like even though that song does exist, like I don't like it because you can't really hear the lyrics that well, and it's like really dark. But like it, I guess the dark theme kind of does go with like the emotional like context of the album, because the whole album is about like anxiety and like dealing with hardships with relationships and stuff like that. And like so like I guess it does kind of go with it, but like I just wish I could understand the lyrics. But like, I still put it at number one because, you know, every song in that is an absolute jam for me, like all the way through. Like to some degree, like all the songs on that album are just so enjoyable. Like no matter what. Like I don't know, like I could listen to that album so many times and just enjoy every second of it, aside from No Friend. But like each song is so unique in itself, and like the story that each of them tells about like, the hardships that Haley has gone through recently, and just like everything that's all the different messages that are conveyed in that, like shows the whole theme of it. And like I don't know, like it just has like the perfect theme to it, in my opinion. And before I let you guys go, I do want to show you guys. You see that picture? That's Haley Williams. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. I love that picture. I'm glad I got that poster. But yeah, that's my top 20 albums that I would recommend. Or, well, I don't necessarily recommend these. I mean, if you guys want to listen to some of these, by all means, I mean, feel free to. But like, I mean, I feel like there's definitely like something for everyone in this, as far as like these top 20 albums that I gave out. So I'm sure there's something that you would like, whoever's watching this, for sure. And like I think that even if you're just like a casual music fan, and that's okay, like I like appreciating artists more, and like it's fine if like you only like a certain few hit songs from an artist, like that's fine. But like I think if you take the time to appreciate what an artist can offer in an album, um, you can really get more out of it and learn to appreciate, um, them more, and just have more music to appreciate in general, like rather than just like jumping from like artist to artist. And that's why I have so many CDs, because while I do, want to appreciate albums, I also want to appreciate a lot of different artists. That's my thing. I like to support so many different artists. So 240 CDs is a bit. I want to say I have CDs for at least 100 artists. So I definitely like a few artists out there. So yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's late and I'm tired, but I wanted to make this video. So, yeah. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know, which albums that I showed off that you really like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.